What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Tuesday, August 6th, 2024. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, fixed air moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Appreciate you all. Hope everybody's week is off to a great start. Let's take a look at Tuesday in the astrology. We're going to see, of course, the sun singleton in Leo going through 14, going to hit 15 degrees by the end of the day. Definitely trying to see both sides of the things that we're passionate about, where we're expressing ourselves properly, what's, making us happy too. So there's a lot of questions and things coming up about happiness, and also different things that we're trying to build routine around. We got the moon in Virgo going through this mid part. It's crossed over Mercury retrograde. We got Venus and Mercury coming together. So definitely the things that we're passionate about, I think we're realizing take work, they take effort, they need to be part of the day-to-day life. We don't want to stress about things too much. We don't want to get too lost in the sauce that our mind can kind of create in our lives. But also, things are coming up for a reason, and the feelings feel them. The mind is minding them, and there's just a lot that maybe we feel like we need to clean up or figure out, and it's perfectly okay. Just follow your heart, and things show up better. Tuesday's a good example of that. That moon's going to square Mars, which can bring some emotional tension, maybe a little mental and emotional angst, if you will, especially with both of these planets in square being disposited by Mercury, which is just went retrograde in dignification of Virgo. So a lot of things that we're going to get maybe high strung about emotionally, or maybe some anger gets triggered, or even just action gets triggered in our life, is because we're seeing that things have to get done. The things that we're passionate about, it's going to make more sense to stay focused on these things. It's going to make more sense to do more to get the results that we're looking for. Virgo energy always reminds me of putting the cherry on top, really critiquing everything to make sure that we're getting to the best form we can. So in our day-to-day life, we need to be putting things in, specific order of what's most important, and trying to get the best result from things that we can. So we might be trying to figure out different adjustments that we can make that can provide the reality that we're looking for, the day-to-day life that we're trying to achieve, that matches with the heart's frequency, the desire, the passion, the happiness, and the self-expression. And, if we're getting emotionally triggered, it's probably because something needs to get done. Today's going to feel like if things are completely out of place and disorganized, something must be done. The moon's also going to square Jupiter in the evening, and that can amplify emotions tremendously, and especially with, the Saturn Jupiter square and the moon finishing off the day starting to oppose that Saturn. There's just a ton of pressure on us to make the personal life changes that we need to make, so that we can expand storylines, that we can expand certain areas of truth and take information for what it is, and not be dogmatic and not be stuck in old ways or stuck in old ruts. We really want to see the truth and act on the truth and make the necessary adjustments. And you'll know when adjustments need to be made. It's so obvious right now, and we can sit and stress about the change that needs to be made, or we can just do something about it. And today kind of feels like a Tuesday where you're just going to feel better energetically if you do something about something. You got to do something. Sitting in it and just stressing over it or worrying is not going to help you get the form perfected in the way that you want. And I'm not saying we need to be perfect by any means. We don't need to strive necessarily for some sort of ideal of perfection, but we definitely can tidy things up and make things better. And that comes through the feeling to take action mixed with the thought that's actually sitting in a very still place right now that can make very logical, smart decisions for what is going to bring more value into our life, what's going to bring better habits into our life, what's going to really take us to the next level in a journey that's ever expanding, ever growing, and has so much potential. So kind of looking long term for things. We're seeing Eros opposite Saturn. We're seeing the moon going to meet with Eros. We're seeing Venus and Mercury. So there's just so much too that is in relationship areas of life too, and love takes work. Gosh, I love Sleep Token so much. I don't know if anybody that watches this channel listens to Sleep Token, but I love the poetry in the lyrics, and I like rock music too. So it's very alternative. I don't even know what genre, but anyways, Sleep Token, and it's either in Euclid or Take Me Back to Eden, but it's no matter how much love we have, it's not going to work out if we don't choose it. So this is a great opportunity to make sure that you're choosing to do the things on a day-to-day basis that bring you love, to choose people in your life on a day-to-day basis that bring you love, that make sense. And it's like you just can't make it happen all the time with only love. So the choice is yours to make positive changes in your life. And yeah, no amount of love will hold it together unless you choose. So that's something to keep in mind for anything that we're doing today, is that you have to choose to hold it together, and you have to choose to see the realness of the situation and to make adjustments and to expand your journey as necessary for what is beautiful. We also have Black Moon Lilith and the South Node in Libra conjuncting Venus is with Mercury. There's just a lot about like the journey of relationships that we have with people, romantic, friend. I mean, everything's kind of taken a new identity and a new role, and how we adapt to what that identity looks like is a big thing to consider as well. So that's what I got for Tuesday. I hope everybody's doing outstanding. Hope you have a great day. Hope any adjustments that need to be made are like, things that are just like, yeah, if I clean this part of my life up, I can have more enjoyment and fulfillment. I can really see where the journey wants to go instead of kind of like blocking myself from something because I just don't want to make a little change. And change is a funny thing because we really have to decide when we choose to make changes, When someone tells you to change, it's very abrasive and nobody likes that. Nobody likes it when somebody says, you better change this. It's, we instantly, as humans, tend to get defensive unless we can actually look at it objectively and be like, yeah, you're right. But usually, 9 times out of 10, humans have to decide when change needs to be made. And I think today will drive that out of us. And it could be the littlest thing all the way up to the biggest thing for us. So keep that in mind. Card of the day is the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my gosh, it's spinning. It is spinning, folks. Fortune's definitely out there, and we don't know. At any turn on the wheel, we can hit jackpot. It's almost like choosing to accept jackpot into our life, choosing to purify different areas of our life to receive a jackpot. And in some ways, like, how are we ever going to accept the jackpot into our life if everything's already full? Like, if everything's full, it's just going to overflow, and it's probably not going to overflow in a good way because, well, you probably want that jackpot in your account. And if it's overflowing out of it, it's not in it, right? Be open to making changes. See where the wheel's going to spin. You might be landing on the best possible scenario, but it might feel a little bit more rigid or a little bit more tense than you would like, and that can be a little intimidating too. But I would say that the divine time is definitely on our side in these times to be willing to see what the universe really has for you and to let the wheel spin and to let it land where it may without trying to necessarily force your hand in the fate of it, but to accept the fate and to make the necessary adjustments. I love you all very much. I hope you have a great Tuesday, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Much love. Peace.